first, but we'll just have to remember what division of polynomials means. So 2x to the fourth minus 5x to the third plus 9x squared minus x plus 1 divided by x squared minus x plus 6. Alright, we can get rid of that now. And remember what we're doing when we're dividing polynomials is we're saying, okay, what polynomial can I multiply by x squared minus 6 plus x that will get me back to my original polynomial? And that's going to be our answer. Okay, so while we're doing that, we've got to remember this first term in our new polynomial, when I multiply that first term by x squared, that should give me my first term in my big polynomial, what I'm trying to get when I multiply these two polynomials. And so what we're looking for is the number, or in this case the term, which we can multiply by x squared to get us 2x to the fourth. And that will be 2x squared. Because when 2x squared is multiplied by x squared, I get 2x to the fourth. Now remember, when we are multiplying this polynomial by this polynomial, the distributive property tells us we'll multiply this by every term. So we have to multiply by every term, subtract that out, so what we're left with is what else we need to attain in our multiplication. So 2x squared times negative x. Actually, at this point, what I want you to do is pause, try and finish this out on your own, all the way through. Even if you get stuck, push through, and when you're sure that you're done or you're sure that you're stuck, press play again. Alright, so moving on, 2x squared times negative x is going to be negative 2x cubed, then positive 12x squared. We subtract out negative, positive, negative. These cancel, and we're left with negative 3x cubed minus 3x squared minus x plus 1. Now we just reiterate, right? This is what we have left, so when we multiply by the next term, we'd like to try and get negative 3x cubed. So x squared goes into negative 3x cubed, negative 3x times, multiply it out, we get negative 3x cubed plus 3x squared minus 18x. Subtract it out, change our signs, cancel those first terms, we get negative 6x squared plus 17x plus 1. X squared will go into negative 6x squared, negative 6 times, negative 6x squared plus 6x minus 36, subtract out, negative, positive. First terms will cancel, and we're left with 11x plus 37. Now at this point, we want to realize is if we try and see what term we could multiply by x squared to get 11x, well, there is nothing, because polynomials can only have non-negative exponents, and so there's nothing that we can multiply by x squared to get 11x. So at this point, what we need to realize is this is our remainder. Okay, this is what's left over. So when I multiply x squared minus x plus 6 by 2x squared minus 3x minus 6, I'm going to almost get this whole polynomial, but I'm going to be short 11x plus 37. And so what is my answer then? What polynomial can I multiply by x squared minus x plus 6 to get everything here? Well, let's think about it. If you were to multiply x squared minus x plus 6 by what we have here, you just need to add on an 11x plus 37. So let's shrink this a little bit and let's think about what that says. So we have x squared minus x plus 6, and we're multiplying it by 2x squared minus 3x minus 6. Well, when I multiply everything here by everything here, I'm going to be close, but what I'm going to want is to end up adding 11x plus 37. Well, let's think about what happens if we add 11x plus 37. Well, if you multiply everything here by 11x plus 37, that's not going to give me 11x plus 37. So what I need to do is divide here by x squared minus x plus 6. Because now when I multiply this polynomial by everything right here, the numerator and the denominator will cancel and I'm left with 11x plus 37. So the answer, the polynomial that I get through division, is that right there. To think of it in an analogous situation, imagine you are dividing 20 by 3. It goes in 6 times and we get a remainder of 2. Meaning that when you multiply 3 and 6, you'll get 18, but you still need to add 2 at the end. So your answer is 6 and 2/3, because when you multiply 3 times 6 and 2/3, well, 3 times 6 is going to give me 18, and 3 times 2/3 is going to give me 2, and what I end up with is going to be 20. All right, hope that helped.